要用最热烈的声音来欢迎 Ladies and gentlemen, Dua Lipa! Welcome, wow, hi, how are you? Please take a seat.
Hi. I love you. You guys are amazing. I love your posters.
Woo.
I love your posters.
Wow.
So good. All right. I love you.
所以我们现场真的能够听到各位的热情。We can hear from the fans, but there are a lot of fans, I guess, just behind these cameras. They're watching online. So please say hi to those fans through these cameras.
Hi, everyone that's watching at home. Mwah.
你们现场更能感受到这种能量的直击，对不对？好 ，Anyway, welcome, Dua.
Thank you.
My name's DT. Just to introduce myself. Well,
Nice to meet you, DT.
I saw you in Vegas just last year, September.
At a show or at a
Yes,
radio show?
iHeartRadio.
I've been to... Oh, the
iHeartRadio
iHeartRadio.
Daytime Village with the
Oh,
scorching
brilliant.
sun and everything.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I was
brilliant.
with Jojo Wright from Kiss FM just backstage
Amazing.
there. You were amazing.
Thank you so much.
So
That's always a fun one.
Yes. So let's get it started.
Hot, though.
Yeah, it's really hot.
Yeah.
I caught a cold after that because
You
know
did? Oh,
yeah, it was
'cause
so
you just
cold back
go
in the
for-
hotel.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So
I love aircon.
right. So let's talk about your albums, right? Complete edition of Dua Lipa, which came out last year.
Yes.
And then there are a couple of new songs added to the album. So
So that was from the complete edition.
yes.
And so it was all these songs that I'd been basically when I started touring, I was performing a lot of songs before I had even finished my album. And so when it came to the point of releasing my album, I decided to put all my favorite songs, but then I feel like I left out some songs that I was performing live that everyone who came down to the shows missed. And they were like, I can't believe you didn't put that song on the album. I can't believe you didn't do that. And then I decided that because I only really liked the live version of those songs, I wanted to spend some more time fixing them and finishing them off. And then as kind of like a roundup to the end of this whole album cycle, I put out the complete edition with a couple more new songs on there. And of course, Kiss and Make Up. And yeah, just some more fun bits.
Right. 提到了说去年10月份各位见证上线的一个算是豪华版，当然也是一个完整版的专辑，所以里面会有很多的新歌。因为不光过去这几年的时间，Dua真的很努力，有很多现场演出，有很多不错的音乐。我们为什么不把它全都放到一张专辑里，大家就一次性购买，对不对？所以Dua也是选择把这些音乐全部都放进去。And talking about working with Blackpink, Kiss and Make Up. The first time that I heard that there's this possibility that you're gonna collaborate is that I guess they were watching your show in Seoul, and then Lisa or someone else or the whole crew took a picture with you.
It was Lisa and Jenny, and they came down backstage. And we just hung out for a bit, and we just got on really well. They're just super sweet. I don't have enough nice things to say about them. They're just so lovely. And I think I went home and I was listening to, because I'd written Kiss and Make Up a little while ago, and I was listening back to some old demos, and I was like, oh my god, I really love this song. And I messaged my manager. I was like, do you think it would be crazy if I maybe sent it to Blackpink and saw what they thought of it? And they replied so quickly, and they were in the studio the week after, and they went in and they rewrote it and went in and did it in Korean, and it was just amazing. So I'm super grateful for it.
I mean, who can resist Dua Lipa's invitation?
Sweet.
Kiss and Make Up 刚才提到跟 Blackpink 合作的这一首歌曲，其实第一次大家刚开始有传言可能有合作的时候，就是在 Dua Lipa 的演唱会，然后看到了 Blackpink 的全体成员几乎是在后台跟他来进行个合影。你们想叫就叫出来，没关系哈，我翻译我的，你们就嗨你们的 OK 了。对，然后再之后那一次很快就是让 Dua Lipa 有了这样的想法，说为什么不一起来合作？自己的曲库当中找了一个样带，说这个如果能跟他们一起唱，简直就太棒了。于是就促成了这一次合作哈。当然了，这是所有人我们都希望看到的。Well, if you don't mind, we go back to the start of this album. What was the first single that you decided to put on it, to be included?
The first song I ever put out that I put a video out and I was like, okay, I'm starting, was a song called New Love.
New Love.
And it's not necessarily as pop in your face as some of the other songs, but at the time it was how I was feeling, and that was the place that I was in, and I really wanted to put that song out. It was it was one of like the first songs that I knew for sure I was going to put on the album. And I'd written it with two friends of mine, Andrew Wyatt and Emil Haney, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to go in and this is going to be the first song that I'm going to put out.
OK， 第一首歌也提到了 New Love 这一首单曲，刚出来的时候那会儿多也是刚刚签约华纳音乐公司，然后呢自己就觉得写了这一首歌很有自信，于是就放出来，当然也是跟他2位制作人好朋友来共同完成的，这是第一首歌。而今天刚才也有朋友是不是提到想要听到这首歌，是否有机会？我们一会儿来跟各位见分晓，好不好 ？So let's move on with the questions. Talking about Alita Battle Angel Swan Song.
Have you guys seen it?
It's a song that like most of the people are expecting from you. And then talking about Swan Song, talking about the movie. Actually, a lot of people are saying that they consider you to be Alita in real life. So what do you think about that?
My goodness, I take that as a massive compliment. I mean, she's such a strong and empowering character who, you know, is learning so much about herself, but at the same time is always fighting for what she believes in. And I feel we all have a little piece of her in us.
基本上多说每一个人其实都有一点Alita的状态在其中。首先他觉得这对于他来说真的是一个很大的鼓舞哈，大家觉得他像Alita，每个人都会在寻找自己的过程当中能够慢慢找到属于你自己的力量，这也是多可能发现跟Alita之间的一些共同点所在哈。So let's talk about your Grammys winning. Unbelievable. Congratulations!
Thank you so
Best
much.
New Artist, Best Dance Recording.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. So what was it like when you first heard your name? That you won
I think
Grammy?
I think I blacked out during that part. You know what, now when I look back on it, I remember that whole energy and the feeling, but when it happened in that moment, I was so shocked that when I got up to accept my award, I couldn't remember anyone's name or like who I wanted to thank or what I wanted to say, and it was, I mean, I was just, it's an undescribable feeling. I was floored, truly, but yeah, I mean, it's such an incredible moment. I'll never forget it.
Of course. 提到赢得格莱美，相信很多人当自己赢得如此一个大奖，可能对于我们来说格莱美都有一点远了。你想想，如果你通过自己的努力去得到一个你心目当中最想得到的奖项的时候，提到你名字那一刻，很多人第一反应就是懵了啊，就是脑海一片空白。当然是很开心的，但是可能整个过程当中，你需要这个上台来感谢很多人的时候，你几乎就把该忘的全都忘了。对于他来说，真的是人生当中非常重要的一个里程碑。And of course, for a lot of British artists, I guess one of the barriers is to break through American market, right? But actually, if you look back a little bit, Brit Music Awards, that was the first step to win. So for you, of course, different collaborations in America, Diplo, but back at Brit with Calvin Harris.
It was One Kiss, yeah.
It was One Kiss. So tell us about One Kiss. How did you guys get started making music together?
Well, I feel like when I went into lots of interviews and people were like, who do you want to work with? I'd always say Calvin Harris. So I feel like slowly the words are getting to him. And it was, I guess, January, and I get a message on Twitter from Calvin. And he was like, hey, I'd really love for us to do something together. And I was like, yes, me too. I've been waiting for you to message me. And we just, I was touring around February in America, and I was like, I'm going to be in LA. I have a show in LA, and I can come down to the studio and we can work on something. And Calvin had kind of half started this song with Jessie Reyes, who is an incredible songwriter. And I just went in. I mean, I was in love with the song, and I went in and we wrote together, and we just kind of, I guess I made it feel more me in a way. And yeah, that was it. Okay. Then we just recorded the record, and that was the end of it. You know, we constantly kept in touch. He kept sending me the songs as he was going through the mixes and different production changes and stuff. And then we just started planning when we were going to shoot the video.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really, really exciting.
Calvin Harris, I mean, he's doing great right now. Back then, he was like more like a DJ, just playing those hot songs. But then,
Oh my
after
God,
Funk Wave
Calvin
Dancing
has
Volume
been.
1, he's been helping people finding their own voices. I mean, it's been a great album from him.
I mean, he's been killing it since day one. I mean, since I can remember, Calvin's music's been, I mean, massive.
Right.
And so it was really cool to get to work with someone who I'm inspired by.
Right， 刚才提到这个《One Kiss》这首歌曲跟 Calvin Harris 就苏格兰全村的希望的合作哈，对于他来说绝对是对我看过他一次现场，那现场几万人哈。总之就是 Calvin 他现在是一个真的很棒的制作人，然后一张专辑之后开始跟一些其他艺人去更加忠于他们本来音色进行了一些音乐的创作。这一次跟 Dua Lipa 创作的《One Kiss》真的非常让人觉得惊艳，而当时也是 Dua 在洛杉矶演出的时候。在之前收到了 Calvin Harris 说来条短信，咱一块儿合作吧。说好啊，没问题啊。我演出完了以后，直接就去到 Calvin 的录音室，大家一起磨合出了这样的一首歌曲，也成为了大热单曲。I guess a lot of people, if they are not paying attention to what's happening in the music atmosphere, probably those soccer fans. I mean, they watch football on TV, and then they saw you perform in Kiev, right? UEFA Champions League. That was a huge stadium. What was it like for you to perform there?
It was so surreal because, I mean, bear in mind that was my first ever football match I'd ever been to in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
But Hurricane actually said that One Kiss is his favorite song.
Yeah, yes. I know. And then all of a sudden I just became a really big football fan.
I guess, yeah. And I guess Jack Whitehall must be very...
I was really, really... I was really happy to get to do something like that and to kind of see, you know, sport and music and the fusion the fusion of it come together. And what I was beginning to say was I never thought that in my music career I'd ever perform in a football stadium with football fans around just before a football game. And it was just received so well. We just had so many football fans singing One Kiss, and it somehow became some crazy football anthem. Totally unexpected, but yeah, brilliant.
对，提到一次演出，其实很多男生可能会关注的就是足球欧冠决赛利物浦皇马那一场在基辅，是否有人当时看了 Dua Lipa 的直播？球我后边都不太关注，但是我看到了 Dua Lipa 的直播。对，当时在唱这首歌的时候，也让更多的可能球迷第一次知道了 Dua Lipa 的声音是如此的具有吸引力哈。对于他来说，面对这么大的一个场面，还真的是挺有挑战性的。Talking about like this stadium, which is very big, football pitch, and also of course you performed on the stage of iHeartRadio Daytime Village. It's quite a small stage.
Yeah.
Easier to reach out to more people, less people there. And last weekend I was talking to Aluna Francis from Aluna George. He said that when she was supporting Coldplay, 70,000 people in front of her. It's hard to see everyone. It's hard to see everyone's reaction, but you have to make people feel intimate. That was really a big challenge. And I also saw your videos from your show last night.
Yeah.
Shake your Chanel bag, and also your hand.
Oh, you had it. I was like, if you're not gonna dance, you might as well shake a Chanel bag.
Right. So, like, which kind of stadium or arena, or what kind of size of group of people do you want to like perform in front of? Bigger stadium or like small live session like this?
If I'm able to do a little bit of both, that would make me very happy.
Okay.
Only because, for me, being able to bring a whole new experience every time I get to go on tour is something that I would love to do. And, hopefully with this next album I can do slightly bigger venues so I could bring a different kind of production, a different kind of show, something that's a little bit more experimental, because I feel like this last one I was constantly just we were changing it up and learning as we went along, and it's really fun to be able to have these moments with everyone and be able to do these small intimate performances, but at the same time it's a completely different feeling when you do it on stage and you have your band and you have the energy of a live show is I mean they're a little bit different.
刚才提到了说 Dua Lipa 其实他在演出的场次场面大大小小全都有，就很多层级的。我们提到说欧冠决赛那太大的场子了，昨天晚上呢是更小的一个场子，而跟各位面对面的时候又是另外一种感觉。之前我是在拉斯维加斯看到在一个稍微小型一点的音乐节的现场演出，就是 这个场子人数不一样，离大家的距离也不一样的时候，其实给艺人的感觉是不一样，每一次互动的方式也都不同，但是始终是要让每个人都觉得跟他是很亲密、很亲近的。我问Dua哪一个更喜欢，他说基本上每一个都会给他带来不一样的感觉，所以都很喜欢。未来新的专辑可能会有一些新的尝试，也许在场面上也会跟之前有所不同。既然他自己提到了下一张专辑 ，so we're gonna have to talk about your next album, your preparation for it, since you mentioned it. Wow, such an easy
Oh my
interview.
goodness.
So I guess the first time you mentioned about your new album, people were asking about what kind of music you're going to put in there, what kind of elements, what kind of genre, and you said that there's going to be a lot. Probably the music that you listened to when you were little, probably a little bit hip hop
like,
and everything, right?
Well,
Experimental.
No, it's more like it has like a nostalgic feeling.
Okay. You cannot say
I'm
much.
really nervous.
You have to like
about
find your way
talking
around
about
it, not like release too much.
because I don't know. I feel like going into this whole writing process for my second album, I felt more confident than I'd ever felt before. But at the same time, I felt so much pressure and also a little bit nervous and scared. But I've been able to at times put that to the side and realize that I just have to do things that I'm really, really proud of. And hopefully you guys will like it. And it's just honestly when I listen to it through, it's like a dancer-size class. Okay. You're constantly dancing and moving, and there's so much I guess passion in the writing. Okay. It's kind of I felt so inspired for this one.
All right.
And it's a bit more experimental than it's experimental in the sense that it's somewhat quite different from my first album.
Okay.
But at the same time, this is how I'm talking in code. It's a disaster. But I still love pop music, and that is what it is. All it right. just touches on different elements.
提到新的专辑，其实之前各位看过一些采访，已经能够从刚才Dua的发言当中听到一些熟悉的词汇了。而其中这一次他提到频次最高的就是 experimental， 然后会给大家带来完全不一样的新的感觉跟能量。而刚才提到另外一个词儿，就是会有一点点的怀旧、复古、过去的感觉，所以又会变成怎么样的音乐？总之让大家就是蹦蹦蹦、跳跳跳，非常的开心就对了哈。不能说太多，现在说的话基本上都是带着编码出来的，需要你自己慢慢去破译哈。当然，新专辑必须之前要有一份神秘感跟期待。So when can we expect this probably first single from this album? Not exact date.
I don't have an exact date. See, the problem is I don't have an exact date. I'm hoping to get something out
real soon.
Maybe towards like middle to end of summer.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
But we don't know that.
一切都不能说死，一切都不能说定，但是。为了表现诚意，我们可能是第一批真正听到Dua亲口说有可能第一首单曲是什么时候来的人，就在现在。
But we don't know that yet.
Yeah, no, we don't know. 没听到，完全不知道。Here in Shanghai， 我们是第一批知道的，要不要嗨一下 ？We're so happy to hear that. And then, maybe you can tell us who's going to be helping you with this new album. Your friends? Other music artists, producers that you worked with?
Well, I've been working with a lot of the same people that I worked on my first album. Mm-hmm. I've also been very fortunate to have had Nile Rodgers come down and play on a few songs on the record, and I have a collaboration with a friend on there, and
okay, wow,
and maybe something else too.
So there are a lot of things for you guys to decode, okay?
This is terrible.
现在已经有很多的信息，
I'm
各位
like
可以。
sweating.
就怕说错话说太多哈。OK， 刚才提到了一个名字，其实这个名字之前出现过，在聊到新专辑的时候 ，Nile Rodgers，OK， 然后还有他的朋友之前合作过的会是谁呢？慢慢想，之前有很多我们熟悉的名字哈，所以好吧 ，we have to like let this one go. There are a lot of things for us to digest. Information is for a new album. Let's move on to something else. among all those artists that you have worked with before, which one do you think is the most fun experience to work with?
Most fun experience, my goodness. I
Mhm.
mean, it's so difficult. You know, when I worked with Miguel, it was amazing because we were
Mhm.
both flying in the video, and
Right?
he's such a good friend of mine now, and you know, I feel fortunate for that, and he's a lot of fun to party with.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin, Martin Garrix, the amount of performances
Wow.
we've done together. We did Coachella 2 years ago, and it was just, you know, amazing to get to share the stage with him, and he's just the most wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I've worked with, really, I've been so fortunate that everyone is so nice.
Okay.
And it also, to me, what it showed is like, it's so much about, you know, everything you do is about working hard and being nice, and everybody that I worked with is so successful, and I feel like that really shows to the person that they are.
没错，刚才提到，其实之前合作过的很多的艺人跟名字，其实他都会觉得说跟大家合作都很有趣，而每一次都在里面会有一些新的感受跟感触啊。比如说最早第一次音乐节在 Coachella， 现在 Coachella 正在进行嘛，惊喜现身。Martin Garrix 在演的时候，不是 Dua Lipa 出现了，对不对？那次唱 Scared to Be Lonely 等等，过去的这些艺人，其实每一次的合作都非常的棒哈。So, like the first single of Dua Lipa came out back in 2015, I guess. New Love and then Be the One.
Oh my God.
So that was a long time ago, I think.
New Love.
Or maybe a little
Well,
bit
I was,
earlier.
it was
than
like, I released New Love on my when I was 19, a day before I turned 20.
that. Okay.
So that was 3 years ago.
Okay. 19岁的时候就已经发新单曲了。你们19岁的时候在干什么？在唱。So they are 19 years old, most of them. Okay. All right. So yeah, it was a long time. But however, you managed to keep the hotness. Everyone has been talking about you through all these years. And then actually you must be working very hard, but yet you have time to spend with your family and friends, right?
Yeah,
When
I
we
mean,
see those pictures, it would be like, okay, Dua Lipa's having a great time with her family and friends, right?
anytime I have off any, like, you know, minute or a day or whatever I can is, you know, I try and spend time with my parents and my siblings and try and see my friends, and whatever time I have, I like, it instantly goes because I fill it up with trying to see everyone that I haven't seen.
OK， 每一次家人跟朋友对于他来说真的很重要。OK， 所以呢，这一次对于他来说，必须要找到时间，就去跟自己的好朋友、跟家人在一起，去共度一些不错的时光，好吧？最后我们再问一问多利宝关于吃的。刚才谁说吃的来着？是不是？你说吃的是吧 ？So let's talk about food. So I just pick one question from this audience and. Well, you can give his food. Talking about Chinese food, I guess you tried a lot of Chinese food because you were in Beijing, in Shanghai last time.
Yep.
And I saw pictures. Dim sum, with
Love it.
Pikachu dim
So
sum.
good. The Pikachu ones?
Yes.
Well, I
What are those?
I didn't eat those because those are in Tianfanzai, the market.
天资坊，
Tianzifang.
田子坊，
Yeah,
田子坊
sorry,
啊
I tried to
田子
pronounce
坊
it.
啊。
In that market, and they had lots of what I'd never seen before because I've had traditional dim sum, which is in the really pretty like glass kind
Right.
of glass rice paper
对
package.
Right. 我怎么说中文了
Wrapping.
Yes.
And sorry, I'm making this very complicated. And when we were walking around the market, I see all these like little Pikachu ones and some as like little huskies and playfish, or I don't know. There was just all these random little creations, and I was so fascinated by it because I'd never seen a dumpling like it before.
OK， 所以你们下次要带多利帕要带好朋友去吃的话，记得就中间要有一些乐趣哈。吃点心其实之前尝过了，吃的都是那种，说的我当时对我都说中文了，应该是虾饺哈，就是你看那个外皮都是透明的。然后再之后呢，昨天你去看他，昨天还是前天发的社交媒体，在上面吃的皮卡丘的那个点心，他没真正吃，可能因为太可爱了，但是很有趣，在田子坊。所以你们如果都是上海本地的吗？你看有不是的朋友，你们可以去找一找那家店，好不好？复制一下，好吧 ？All right, so I guess that's all the time we have for the interview.
Okay.
Now is
All
for
right.
them to get prepared for some Dua Lipa live performance. 接下来的时间 So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'll get the stage ready for
Yay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take your microphone and get everything ready for you.
All right.
接下来的时间我们就是要交。